Guten Morgen, Klasse. This is going to be a demonstration on a graphic organizer that will help you learn the personal pronouns and the corresponding verb endings. So we have, if you look at the top, singular, which means we're talking to or about one person. And we have ich for I, du for you, er, sie, es for he, she, it. And this is the first, second, and third person. At the bottom, we have plural, meaning we're talking to or about more than one person. And we have the first person, wir, second person, you all, is ihr. And then third person, they, is sie. And then we don't have this in English, but you will see this in Spanish. Z is you formal. Okay, so if we're addressing someone in the second person and we're talking to someone that we don't know very well, or it's an adult that's older than us, we would use Z for you formal. All right, so I'm going to show you. We're going to use scissors and a glue stick to paste this to our paper, and then we're going to write underneath of it with the verb lernen, to learn, and we're going to change the verb endings according to whether it's first, second, third person, and singular or plural. So the first thing you want to do is cut out at some places. So we're going to cut right above plural a straight line across. So we'll have two sections. Now I'm going to cut in between the first and second person and in between the second and third person. All right, so what's going to happen is this is going to be pasted to my paper so that I can pull up each flap and look at the verbs under each different person. So down here in the plural, I'm just going to cut off the excess paper. Okay. And then the same thing, cut between the first and second person and the second and third person. All right. Next step, let's take our glue stick and paste the top of the back of each to our notebook paper. And you're going to leave this in your folders here in school so you don't lose them, and you'll be able to use them for different assignments. And let's paste the second one, or the plural. There we go. Wunderbar. Und aufkleben, or we'll stick it to the paper, Papier. And then we're going to use the verb lernen. So I would suggest writing up here so you remember first, second, and third for first, second, third person, singular. And then same thing down here, first, second, and third for first, second, third person, plural. Now underneath, we're going to use the verb lernen, which is the infinitive of to learn, auf Deutsch in German. So if I pull up my first flap, I'm going to write Ich lerne. Okay, so an E ending in the first person. And then defining this, in German, you just have the verb lernen. In English, we use helping verbs. So this can mean I learn, I am learning, or I do learn. Okay, in German, we would just say ich lerne. Finish with the first person. Open the second person flap. And here we have du for you. And the ending would be st. So du lernst. Du lernst. And this would be you learn. You are learning. Or you do learn. Gut. Und die dritte, open the flap, er, sie, es, or he, she, it, would be er lernt or sie lernt. Okay, so that's he learns or she learns. And I'll mix it up. He learns, she does learn, or she is learning. Gut. All right. And down to plural, talking about more than one person. Wir is we. So we have wir lernen for we learn. We are learning, or we do learn. Okay? And second person, ihr or you all, talking about more than one person, is ihr lernt, which is you, we'll put in parentheses all, you all learn, you, we'll leave that parentheses out to save room, but that's what it is. You all are learning, you all do learn. We're talking to more than one person. And finally, third person, or did you see that? Okay. Sie for they, or you formal, sie. So we have sie lernen, and that means they learn, they are learning, or they do learn. Okay? All right, so I'll go through them once more so you can see them all again. Ich lerne, for I learn, I am learning, I do learn. Ich lerne Deutsch. I learn German. Du lernst, for you learn, you are learning, or you do learn. Du lernst Mathematik, you learn math. Er, sie, es lernt, for he or she learns, he or she does learn, or he or she is learning. Er lernt Wissenschaft, he learns science. Down to the plural, wir, we. Wir lernen, for we learn, we are learning, or we do learn. Wir lernen English, we learn English. Ihr, you all. Ihr lernt, you all learn, you all are learning, or you all do learn. Ihr lernt Mathematik, or actually, ihr lernt Sozialkunde, you learn social studies. And finally, sie for they, or sie for you formal. Sie lernen, with the en ending. They learn, they are learning, or they do learn. Sie lernen Musik, sie lernen Kunst. They learn music, they learn art. Sie lernen Sport, and what have you. All right, so that is the graphic organizer for first, second, and third person personal pronouns in the singular and plural with their corresponding verb endings. Wunderbar, bis später.